little bit earlier again this week. So as the feedback's taken its time to come through, like it said that, I'm hoping it's just gonna come on, you know, because I set it for a little bit later. We'll see. Because the feedback's not coming through. Okay. Yeah. Right, forgive me. It takes 20 seconds to come through. So I'm like, oh, I started the live earlier than I say it to record. I'm like, is it going to change? But it's worked. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I like to start off my videos essentially by explaining how I've naturally been feeling in relation to the current energies. And we know it's eclipse season coming up now. And I'm feeling the pressure in general of the new. Like I feel just a little bit sluggish in my body as well, with things that are happening in my life. It's just like, okay, new stories are being formed to live out, and that's essentially what eclipse season does. It flips that switch in essence. They bring about a change in energies, and then you experience that new reality, all of the seeds which you've planted before in essence. So I'm definitely feeling that a lot. And this wasn't announced, I wasn't meant to come on at this time, but because of all this new eclipse energy coming through, there's just celebrations and more focus towards my family from this evening onwards. So that's why it's like I've just got to come on now and do it now, because yeah, this heavy energy is quite heavy. I don't know if anyone else can feel it. So yes, let's get into this anyway. So that is the current energies, how I've been feeling because of this eclipse season coming up or leading to it. And yeah, I'm noticing the change. So welcome anyone. Welcome anyway. Welcome. My name is Kelita, Sahliah. If you're new, if you're not, then welcome. I share my perspective and my lens and how I view reality, our realm that we share together collectively. So this is astrology of the sky, and over here we use the visible sky to interpret our astrology. So it's basically astronomy and astrology combined, and we use the visible sky. My aim is for people to get to the point where they can look at the sky and name constellations, because I think that's beautiful. I think it's very beautiful. But I do have videos, and it will be linked in the description below, explaining like why I use the sky. I've also done videos around Pluto being in Capricorn, not Aquarius, but Capricorn according to the visible sky, and Saturn being in Aquarius, not Pisces. So mainstream is giving a different story, but nature is telling a different story as well. So I've got videos explaining like what potentially could be happening, especially in relation to the crypto market, and the big changes that are coming about. They are linked in the description too, so feel free to check that out. It is time stamped to the best of my ability. But yeah, so that is that. And of course I do also, though I use the sky and astronomy, there's a website called The Sky Live. You can check that out to find out exactly where the luminaries are, or you can grab yourself a calendar. It is a calendar and it is in alignment with the visible sky, and you can download an app too, to follow yourself where the luminaries actually are dancing. So feel free to check that out. Everything is in the description as well. And okay, so 4 minutes for the intro. The order of my videos, we usually go through the transits and then the moon transits, and then we clarify with tarot. We clarify with the tarot to see if the energies align or match up, and then we come back to the present moment. Okay, so that is the order of the video, and it will be a quicker one today because there's not a lot of transits happening. So we're starting now. There's no transits happening, to be honest. So I am just going to go over and touch where the luminaries will be on the 23rd of April. So I do it from Sunday to Saturday, the first day of the week to the 7th day of the week. So we're starting Yeah, from next week. As I said, it's a little bit off because usually I do these on Thursdays, and it does say a big old Thursday on there, and it will usually be on Thursday. But when life just, happens, sometimes I'll either try and get it done Wednesday, the day before, or it would be like the Friday. But it will always be out before the week. Okay. So on the 23rd of April, we will have the sun. The sun will be sat in Aries. The moon, oh gosh, I didn't even write that. The moon, it will be in Taurus. Okay, I missed that one, but it will be in Taurus. But Mercury will begin to retrograde in Aries. Mars will be in Gemini. Venus is in Taurus too. Jupiter is in Pisces. We have Saturn in Aquarius, as I said. According to the sky, Saturn is not in Pisces, which mainstream. Anyway, Uranus is sat in Aries. It's been there for time, this one, it just retrogrades forward and back. So it ain't moving for a while. Neptune recently entered Pisces. We do have our Chiron, the bad boy, up in Pisces too. And Pluto is in Capricorn, as I mentioned. What's this one? Lilith, Black Moon Lilith is still in Leo. So, based around how we want to show up confidently, there may be some resistance in that. And if you're experiencing that, let me know. And Fortuna is retrograding in Ophiuchus. So yeah, we're kind of rethinking and going over how we truly want to transform ourselves with that retrograde happening there. So again, if that does resonate, let me know. So as I said, there are no transits this week. It is just the moon. Gosh, what was happening last week? Do watch last week's one because it makes a lot more sense. The moon this week is moving through a alchemization process. So our emotions and our feelings will be led towards this deep change. It's going through Pisces this week, Pisces and Theta. So essentially it is about truly alchemizing and changing, which again I said in my last week's video, it makes sense because the eclipse is tomorrow. This switch and transition in life is tomorrow. So energies and people may have started to come back into your life or left your life, or circumstances have changed slowly because that flip is ready to happen. When I say flip, it's not like overwhelming, but these people who have come in, or these opportunities, may make more sense once this eclipse season has happened, basically. So this week's a lot of alchemization, and because there's no transits, in essence, it's heavy on the alchemization. So it's just really, how is the moon moving now for the following week, which will or impact or aid or help this transformation that's happening. Yeah, because I said Pisces is the last one, so it is okay, I've gone through that last zodiac now, I've gone through that watery birth, that Cetus dip and watery rebirth, essentially, to then go around the zodiac wheel again, on that next level, essentially. So that's happening this week. So coming from next week then, as we're transforming, the moon on the 25th transits into Gemini. So we're moving from, it is Taurus there. So it will start in Taurus, it will transit into Gemini on the 25th. The 27th, we're then touching Cancer. The 29th, we're touching base in Leo. Now on the 27th, it is that first quarter moon? Yeah. So on the 27th, so on this one here, we do have our first quarter moon, but 1 Q2 for our first quarter moon, okay, on the 27th. So this is, at this point, they'll focus more on logical, rational things. In essence, we're switching towards that illumination, what's being lit up, in essence, because Yeah, that's the first quarter moon. So we're moving, we can trust more of our intuition, our dreams, you know, just all of that, moving from the logical base. So things will become illuminated, even more clear, I guess, on how this transformation is happening, and this transformation through this through eclipse season, essentially, it's going to become illuminated. Now, when it's in Gemini, it is still going to be more logic based, because it is still the no moon. So you will be more logic based, maybe a bit more internal, a bit more hidden. And Gemini, fueled by Mercury, messages, communication. So anything around messages, communication, any exchange of energy, how you're choosing to exchange your energy, will be based more around logic and reason. In essence, it's just like, let me think about this more clearly on how I'm choosing to exchange this energy. Yeah, during that time, if communication's coming through, as it touches base in Cancer, and that is that switch of energy now, something may become illuminated that is quite close to heart, because Cancer is fueler of the fourth house, and it is, again, it is that balance of energies, that balance of energies. It is that yin and yang circling each other, just like Pisces. And something may become illuminated there, something that is close to heart, close to the home, and based around your transformation. Something may become illuminated there, and as it touches base in Leo, once you recognize, oh, okay, this is close to my heart, this Leo then wants to just emit that out confidently and shine like the lion confidently. This is how I'm doing my transformation, essentially. This is how I'm going to show up during this eclipse season, because this is what I'm about. And during the whole eclipse season, it's just like, I don't know, these 2 weeks, pay attention. Like, from these 2 weeks, talking from today, you're hearing this video, but I'd say pay attention to what is coming out, essentially what's coming up, because it's just about how your life is going to be. It's just about how your life is going to be. This eclipse season will bring in, even if it's just a snippet, just a taster of what your life is going to be like. Because there's quite heavy changes happening in here too, like with Pluto and everything. I'm generally feeling it's quite a powerful eclipse season, because not only is this giving a snippet into your life for the next 6 months, because that's what eclipse seasons do. It's like that 6 months flip and change. But because we've got Pluto, and Pluto hasn't retrograded, it's still in Capricorn, it's all of that energy too. It's all of Saturn's energy being in Aquarius for the next 2 years, Pluto being in there up until 2049. So in essence, this eclipse season is giving us a snippet of the next decades. So it's quite important. So just pay attention. Pay attention. I don't really have anything much more to add onto that. So we're going to clarify with the tarot the energies of next week. So just the energies of next week. I'm still, as I said, still skeptical about tarot. I'm being completely honest, but people seem to like it. Okay, and we've got here 7 of Pentacles. Did it come up in reverse? It came up in reverse. I don't really fully know how to read reverses, but what's come up to me now, again, the Emperor. Do we need any more? 7 of Pentacles in reverse for next week. Does that need any clarity? Oh, and we've got the 2 of Swords. That's come up in reverse too. It should be like that. So I'm just gonna stick with them. We first got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and then we'll move on to the present moment after this. So this is my tarot deck. I'm gonna start linking my links, you know, so if anyone wants it, you can just grab it off Amazon. We've had the Seven of Pentacles. So this is evaluation, assessment, seeing fruits of labor, prepared for a new goal, taking stock, taking a break, where or what's next. So, oh, this doesn't actually have... So in reverse, in essence, it doesn't say the reverse in here. It just, I guess it mainly does it for... It says like a blockage, but it's not a blockage. It's just reverse. So in essence, it is in reverse. So we're potentially not reevaluating next week. We're potentially not assessing. We're potentially not like prepared for a new goal or reevaluating. So more than likely, we're just working towards what we've already got or already doing. That's what I'm potentially seeing next week. We had quite powerful ones. Was it last week, I think? I need to rewatch that back. We've then got the Two of Swords in reverse to clarify this Seven of Reverse. Okay, so the Two of Swords is being blind to the truth, denial, blocked feelings, being unavailable, putting up barriers, pretending one thing but feeling another. So that was the Two of Swords, and it's come up in reverse. Okay, so in essence, what I'm seeing here is that we won't be blind to the truth. Whatever's coming up next week, we won't be blind to the truth. We'll see the truth clearly. I'm not seeing any blocked feelings or emotions. We will be available, not unavailable. Barriers most likely will be down, and will be, our emotions will match what we're feeling and what we're giving out, because we've got here like pretending one thing but feeling something else. It's not going to be the case next week. Whatever we kind of say, it's happening. There's no reevaluating, there's no blocked emotions, there's no stagnantness. That's what I'm seeing, because these have come up in reverse. And then we've got the Emperor. Then we've got the Emperor being number 4. Again, that 4 is just an interesting number. It's kind of like 4 is time. It is kind of like a new reality in essence, or a new reality in that time. And it is the Emperor. So this come out in the right way up, and it means power, authority, father figure, leadership, power of reason, insensitivity to others' feelings or desires, assertiveness, taking control, getting organized, working within a system. Yeah. So could be around like successful people, go-getters, gold diggers could come up. Yeah. So people may be on a power trip next week because of this. And as I says, there's no blockage, there's no reassessment. We're moving forward or just carrying out our work. There's no blocked emotions. Our feelings will be true. And we're up on a power trip. We're doing our thing next week is what I'm seeing after this first eclipse happens tomorrow. After it happens tomorrow, I'm seeing that that's the energy of this week. Oh gosh, last week we had the Hermit in reverse. And it was just like, it will be good to not be alone. So we had that last week. And then moving back into the present moment now. Let's take a deep breath. Okay, so we're back. So, present moment, the moon right now, can you see that, is chilling in Pisces. And then today the sun is entering Aries, and of course tomorrow it's the whole eclipse, and then we have Mercury retrograding in Aries. So yeah, so what is this all telling me? The moon, it is recently, it's still like a no moon, isn't it? Is it a no moon? Yes, It's going to be a no moon tomorrow in Aries for the eclipse. So it is fading away. We're focused more on Pisces is very mystical, is very mystical, it's very magical, spiritual, that deeper aspect of life in essence. And I'm seeing based around that, and then not only that, but because it is that last zodiac of everything, it's thinking logically. Our emotions are moving more logically and rationally about how to next go forward in this eclipse season, because I resonate with that, because that's definitely what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna do this? Blah blah blah. What am I feeling about this direction? That's coming up a lot for me, around creating too. Pisces is quite creative, so it's like, how are you choosing to create during this time? There we go, this was the Hermit from last week. But yeah, so that's coming up a lot for me today anyway, truly about that. And that is the energies of today. Of course, remember the sun is entering Aries today as well. So the sun being the ego and how we attract experiences to us for us to experience it properly, is beginning to happen. So these new experiences are now coming towards us. It's coming towards us now. So in essence, what we've kind of been thinking about, dreaming about, hoping for, visualizing, etc., these new things will become attracted to us in these next 3 weeks whilst the sun is in Aries. And then of course, I've mentioned the eclipse that is coming tomorrow as well, and Mercury is retrograding. So during this whole eclipse season, Mercury will be retrograding. Retrogrades just offer the chance to go over what you've not recently done, and I feel that it's quite beautiful with how it all aligns and sinks in, because in essence, it's like it's like, okay, now you're ready, that flip of this eclipse energy, you're ready to kind of become new and step into that and become it. This messenger, Mercury, which dances around the sun, bringing messages back and forth. It's like, right, let me slow down now. Let me slow down whilst you're transforming to become new. So I'm collecting more messages in essence, to bring back to you when you've stepped into your newness. And Mercury finishes retrograding. It stations direct on the 15th of May. So in essence, I'm seeing we've kind of got this time to transform ourselves in this new version of what we're going to be for the next 6 months, years, etc. And I generally feel that this is why I'm generally so sluggish in my energy. The weather's just not the best right now, which doesn't help the mood. And I literally feel it's like birth pains in essence, birth pains to become that version we see ourselves, in our head. But as I said, I'm not no expert in any of this. I'm literally just observing all the energies and putting it out on YouTube. Like, that's literally what I'm doing. So though I'm saying all of this, I'm really just waiting to observe how I'm feeling. And I'm going off how I feel at that time. Like, I'm not there yet. I'm not next week. So I don't know how it's going to go. I'm just emitting this out and we'll see how it goes next week. So the beginning of my videos makes sense because in essence, it's like, okay, I've experienced it now. Now I'm just linking in how it actually relates. But with that being said, I'm feeling sluggish. You can see it in my eyes. I'm going to head off. I wasn't expecting much people to join me today. I have done my XRP birth chart, so do check that out. I'll link it to this video too once I'm able to do the timestamps. And yes, thank you for joining me, whether now or in the future. And I hope we can continue this journey together. Yeah, well, I'd like to, not hope. I'm not so hopeful these days. We just go off what I know. But anyway, thank you. And I'll see you next week. I'll aim to do it on the Thursday, but we'll see. I was meant to do it on the Thursday last week and I didn't. So yeah. But anyway, thank you. Catch the replay, but I'm out now. Angel out. Bye.
Cutie.
Cutie.